Hey, what's good, guys? So tonight I'm gonna share a little tale with you guys about when I used to party, and after hearing this, you'll probably understand why I continued to party or why I should have never partied in the first place. Um, PCP was one of my drugs of choices. Uh, I remember I had an apartment on Whites Canyon, and you know I've been known around that building for getting high, and went to check the mail, fucking butt naked, fucking all kinds of way out shit. Like, I drew a lot of attention to myself there. Um, let's just say the fucking poor neighbors, man. Um, anyway, I'm sitting at the house, fucking. I find my bottle of juice, and I dip a cigarette. And I remember lighting it up and just kicking back, fucking watching the fish tank. And, the lights are pretty. The crabs are upside down, trying to crayfish, trying to catch fucking the fish. Trying to get their grub on. I just used to enjoy that. That was one of my things to do. I'd kick back, and I'd always put my mask on and with my little snorkel and my flippers, to where I felt like I was at the ocean, whatever. Just, dust takes you to many, many places, and that was one of the places I liked to venture to, was the ocean in my head and watching the fish and having a good time, or in my idea at the time of a good time. So anyway, I got a wild hair up my ass, and I decided that I was going to go right around the corner into Vaughn's. Now, mind you, it's like 3:30, close to 4 o'clock in the morning at the time, and I'm trying to walk over there with I got a poncho on, I got some shorts on, and the flippers, 17-inch fucking flippers on my feet, mask and snorkel, all right? And I also, fucking pedaled some shit here and there, so I always had I had the wireless headphone set on, and waiting for calls, whatever. I hate discussing fucking selling drugs because, I'm not with that shit anymore. But at the time, it was my livelihood, and, that's what I did. I got high and fucking sold drugs and was a fucking menace to society, basically. I get over to the store finally. I don't know how long it took me, fucking probably forever. And they had a big red dot of the 7-Up guy with white gloves on. So he pretty much stayed with me all the time. He stayed at the house, and he'd hide shit from me, and he'd tell me where it was, and that was my world. Very small. And anyway, I had drawn enough attention to myself to where I guess somebody had placed a call to the police. And, when I was leaving, my grandmother's bank was right there, Bank of America. And in my head, it was tilting over, like it was getting ready to fall over there. And I run over there, and I'm fucking leaning on the bank, all fucking dusted out, holding the bank. And about that time, Deputy Woods and Schrick pull up. Mind you, I know their names because I dealt with them a lot. And tonight was no different, Woods was a really cool cop. He fucking never harassed me, never gave me a hard time. He was always respectful and kind to me. I can't say so much for Schrick. He just didn't like me. He thought I was a waste of time and I was a waste of space. And at the time, I pretty much was. So there I am leaning on the bank, and Woods gets out of the car and he comes up, and he fucking pretty much does the same thing. He mirrors what I'm doing, and he's holding the bank too, right? And he's all, "What are you doing, Shermanator?" And so they call PCP Sherm. I've been arrested by them, well, taken in several times by them for under the influence, PCP, whatnot. Generally what happens is I'd go to the substation and then I'd get taken to Oliveview. Tonight was going to be no different. They did try and cut me a break, you know. He tells me, hey man, I got this. Why don't you take off to the house? You know, mind you, I'm right around the corner. You know, an average guy walking could make it there in 2 minutes, right? Not this guy. So I'm like, you sure, man? You sure? Like, it's my grandma's bank. Whatever, just retarded. You're like, nah, man, I got this, Shermanator, take off. I'm like, all right, cool. So I'm walking with these big old flippers on and shit. And I get to a speed bump in the parking lot. And it just looked like Mount St. Everest, you know? I'm like, fuck, how am I gonna get over this thing? So I get down on my hands and knees and I'm fucking trying to crawl over it, you know. And about that time I hear Strick say, fuck this, man. He all gets out of the car and walks over me and tells me, you know, fucking get up against the car. They can't search me. I don't got nothing on me, you know what I mean? I got boxers and a fucking poncho on me. Mask and snorkel, flip-flops, or, you know, fins for kicking in the water. So he gaffles me up, puts me in the back of the car, and it's even less of a drive there. So we pull out, make a left, pull into the alley, and my apartment complex is right there. And he gets out of the car. Woods, I believe, stayed in the car, and there's a shopping cart right there, and he pushes it over and he trash ties me to the fucking shopping cart. So I'm either gonna come to there or I'm dragging a shopping cart, and I'm not gonna cause too much damage, you wouldn't think, right? Well, I start calling Sean, Mickey after they're gone, and you know, I'm yelling this at fucking about 5:15 in the morning. And I remember Sean looking out the window, or out the door. He opens the door, and, oh man, you gotta help me, dude, I'm fucking stuck. And mind you, they dabbled with me here and there too, you know what I mean? They'd take a puff off that cigarette themselves on occasion. You know, I wasn't the on occasion guy, I was pretty much on a regular basis. And I drew a lot of attention to myself there at that apartment complex, you know. So it was no wonder that the cops, you know, knew me enough to where they thought they were cutting me a break, even though, you know, I look back on it now, and Strick, he just thought I was a waste of time and a waste of space and a fucking waste of paperwork and whatever, you know. You let enough 11 550s collect up on you, you know, you're probably going to catch a little county time or whatever. But I don't know, I probably had 5 or 6 under my belt, still pending, you know. Go to jail, get OR'd, make sure you show up to your court cases, because, you know, they continue to OR me. But Sean comes down and he fucking undoes me and pretty much walks me to my apartment. And, you know, for most people that would probably be the night, right? Not for this guy. So I'm sitting there and I'm fucking lost. All I hear is the cars going by, you know, just ringing in my head, the echoing of the vehicles. And I decided that it was probably a good idea to go out there and try and slow these vehicles down, because they're just moving way too fast on White's Canyon. Getting ready to go to work, deal with their morning commute, but there was lots of traffic going on. And on my way out the door, I grabbed a fucking squash paddle. You know, it's sort of like a ping pong paddle, but a little bit bigger. And, you know, I made my way out to the front of the complex, and I go out there, and all the lights are just shoo, 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 shoo. It's just crazy. It was like Vegas, man. Just lights everywhere and going. And mind you, I'm fucking loaded on PCP. So PCP to fucking Vital Water, right? So anyway, I step off the curb, you start to try and direct traffic. I'm trying to slow vehicles down. Hey man, slow down. People are honking, fucking swerving around me, whatever. And I'm thinking to myself, man, I'm gonna fucking get hit, And I fucking, the curb is 3 feet away, and it's about this tall, right? So I'm not gonna be able to just step up on that shit. I couldn't move, man. I was stuck on fucking White's Canyon trying to direct traffic, and lo and behold, I guess you could put the rest of the story together. The cops were called again, and they pull up. Now fucking I'm hindering more traffic because the cop car is right there in a row with the lights on and yada yada. They're not just gonna fucking let me go back in the apartment at this point. Like it's been too much. Second time over there, fucking they're taking me in. So they gaffle me up. Mind you, I still got the mask and snorkel on, fucking the flip-flops. They put me in the back of the car and take me to Santa Clarita substation. From there, the watch commander says, fucking get that idiot out of my fucking jail. Take him to Olive View. So, Olive View's in Sylmar, which is about 20 minutes away from Santa Clarita. And so we proceed, I remember Schrick was so pissed off that he was having to do this. It was probably close to, switching shifts. So they're getting overtime, whatever. They stuff me in the car and they wrap like a piece of leather around that and they pull it out the window. So it's stuck. I can't move anywhere. I can't make a big old ruckus in the back. But regardless, I'm back there, I remember they were bumping some oldies or whatever. I don't recall. I'm pretty sure it was oldies. I was sort of in a good mood, man. Minus the handcuffs and fucking my shoulders starting to hurt and all that shit. But we're back, we pull up to Olive View and they're taking me in, take me to the fucking nut ward over there and whatever they tell him, he's dusted out, blah, blah, blah. It's not the first time they know me there, too. I'm welcome to a fucking bed with 4 points. So, I'm strapped down. They give me a fucking shot of booty juice, put me to sleep. I don't know how long I was out. Probably a day, half a day, whatever. I remember coming to, and I'm like, fuck, again? And I remember vividly just wanting to fucking itch my nose and rub my balls. Those two things itched at that time and I couldn't fucking move and I was getting agitated and whatever. I called for nurse, whatever, somebody to fucking free me up. Like I gotta go to the bathroom, I gotta do some things now, and fucking I'm up and wanting to fucking be moving about. I got a little fucking hospital gown on. Anyway, they come over and what's your fucking problem? I'm like, man, I just want to itch my nose and rub my balls, fucking take a leak. And they're like, you gonna give us any problems? I'm like, man, I'm not gonna give you any problems. Can you please just let me out of this fucking situation? And they took one arm off, kicked back for a couple minutes, whatever. He's, hey, we'll be back in a minute. So I'm sitting there and I'm waiting and it sucks, man. I'm in fucking 4 points, I still got two ankle things on strapped to the fucking corners of the bed and one hand still. So they come back in and I'm not causing any problems. And so they go ahead and take the rest of the shit off and let me take a leak, whatever. I remember they came and gave me some fucking other medication, probably to put me back to sleep. And thinking to myself, I'm going to see the doctor this morning. Because I've been down this road before and I knew I could see the doctor and possibly get out of this 72-hour hold, I had done it before, I wasn't there trying to hurt myself. I wasn't, trying to hurt anyone else. I was simply under the influence at the time and as opposed to keeping me in jail. I ended up there. So the doctor comes in that morning, and I probably spoke to this doctor 2 or 3 times in the past. I don't know. We're sitting at a table, and I'm talking to her, and I got my story laid out. Same story I used before. You know, I mean, I was at a party, and I hit somebody's cigarette, and the next thing I know, I ended up here. So, and pretty much that worked. I remember within 12 hours, I was out of there again. I don't know how long I'd been down the times before, but it had worked, you know. So I'm telling her, I'm talking to the doctor, and all of a sudden, because of the medications they had been giving me, I fucking started to lock up. My right hand fucking went like this. You know what I mean? My arm went like this. My face started to twitch and close, and right side of my mouth, you know, like basically having a stroke. And I'm trying to tell my story on how I can get out of there. She's not busting a move. She's not doing nothing. She's just watching me going, yeah. I said, I'm saying, anyway, I don't know why I'm like this, but I don't want to hurt anybody. I just want to go home, you know. And she goes, I know what's wrong with you, you know. So I guess they had to give me some Haldol or something because I was having an allergic reaction to the medications, and it was fucking me up. You know, I really couldn't talk to her. And I remember the last thing she said before she left was, you really need to quit smoking, you know, because this isn't the first time you told me about the cigarette incident at a party. She said, either that or pick different parties, you know. Fuck. Such an idiot, right? So, now mind you, I've been gone from the apartments probably close to 72 hours anyway, you know. I was being released, and I don't recall who came and got me. I think it was my kid's mother. Came and got me and took me back to the complex, and you know, Sean's out there fucking doing paperwork in the office and shit, and you know, I'm just happy to be home, right? And he's like, dude, fucking, you know, like you're bringing the cops to the complex. You know, we like to party on occasion too. You're fucking shit up for us. You know, the neighbors are fucking hearing you call my name in the middle of the night. So anyway, I'm catching all the backlashing from, you know, what ended up happening, you know. I'm like, yeah, whatever. So I won't do it anymore, right? Yeah, all right. So I get into the house, you know, and there was still like half a stick left from when I smoked it and got in trouble before. So I sat back down on the couch, and you know, I still got that ringing in my head. Shoo, 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 shoo. This is 3 days later, man. You know, like I've been smoking so much dust that just everything was on permanent fire. Shoo, 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 shoo. The lights changing fast. Beep, 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 beep. My head was fucked up. Like one person, everybody turned into the same person in my head. You know, like I would see them walking around, and then I'd see them, and I'd fucking want to say hi to them. Just straight like some of these people out there that you see on the streets, man. Like I was that guy, you know what I mean, talking to myself fucking in a complex, you know. My phone had been blown up, you know. I think I had a pager at the time. Yeah, I'm sure I did. And it had been blown up. Everybody, you know, like I was a menace to society, man. I peddled fucking some of that ugly shit on the streets, so everybody was calling me. Everybody was mad at me. I remember that, and I fucking lit that cigarette up again, man. You know, the remainder of that cigarette, and you know, I lit it with a straight lighter instead of off of another cigarette. So the chemicals in PCP are very flammable, and you know, poof. And I remember hitting that, and fuck, man. I go outside the apartment complex and I turned into like a molecule, right? I just laid down in the grass right there. Sun was blazing a little bit. Felt good. Felt warm. Felt safe. But I got stuck, man. I couldn't fucking move, you know? And Sean and Mickey had come over and they were like, fucking, Patrick, come on, man. You know, they used to fuck around and call me the Shermanator too because, you know, I'd smoked so much water that, you know, PCP, they call it Sherm. So they called me the Shermanator. I don't know if I already said that in the story or not, but I was stuck, man. I was stuck in that grass for fucking ever, you know, and fucking Sean didn't want to call the cops, but the neighbors are giving him a hard time. He didn't want to pick me up. He didn't want to put hands on me, you know, like afraid of what I might do because, you know, who knows what we're going to do under the influence of PCP, right? So, and don't think that for 1 second that he hadn't dabbled with me on several occasions himself, so he had a good idea not to fucking fuck with me in a Sherm, you know, a haze or whatever you want to call it, a high. And poor guy. Anyway, he didn't know what to do, so they ended up having to call the police again, man. And they weren't gonna just fucking take me to the hospital this time, you know. Like, I remember fucking, there was different cops at this time. They took me to the substation, you know, and I wasn't happy to be there, let's say that, you know, and I was fucking causing a little bit of problems here and there, and the cuffs were way too fucking tight. They didn't want to take them off. I was already inside the first cage, you know, to where usually you could get uncuffed and just lay in there like the drunk tank or whatever it is before they take you to the back. And I started fucking going on, you know what I mean? Fucking, the jailer was, his name was Green. He was a big, chubby black guy. You know, he was always sort of cool, but he wasn't being cool tonight, you know? And nobody was being cool with me at that time. Like, I was just having a fucking bad one. You know, the kid's mother was pissed. She had to come get me. Fucking Sean and Mickey were mad that I was fucking loaded again at the fucking pad, bringing the police to the house. And here I am sitting in jail again, man, going, fuck, you know? I remember the cuffs were so tight and I was getting agitated and I fucking started singing, you know, A, B, C, D, E, F, G, A, B, C, D, P, C, P, you know, like just doing retarded shit, man. And the watch commander came back there and he didn't want me in his fucking jail loaded, you know what I mean? He'd already had me taken to the hospital several times. I don't know if that was them cutting me a break, if that was protocol or what the case was, but he was fucking pissed, you know, and I was causing a scene in there, fucking making noise, fucking, you know, they're telling me to shut up, and I was like, take these fucking cuffs off, you know, and now at this point I'm being hostile, so they don't want to take the cuffs off, and they're just leaving me on a drunk table with fucking cuffs on, and I was fucking mad. And I heard him say, you know, transport him to the county, man. And so it was a nightmare, you guys. This is just one of my fucking one story, man, and this seems like it went on for days and days, because it did, you know, until I would, you know, like get down there and fucking get a hold put on me and not be able to get out or whatever, you know. Nobody's gonna bail me out. Fucking jail was the best place for me, or the nut ward, you know, and they weren't going to keep me there. So anyway, they transport me down to fucking LA County, and they come out and they're trying to do outside, not inside. They're trying to do blood pressure, you know, and I'm fucking squeezing my cheeks, fucking making my arm fucking flex so that it won't give a correct reading. And they're like, the fucking hospital staff, or the jail hospital staff was like, nope, we're not taking them in. So across the street is LCMC, Los Angeles County Medical Center. 13th floor is the jail floor, and that's where I was off to, you know. I didn't get any happier. Things got worse for me when I got there. I remember that. I was, you know, I still, mind you, I'm in these handcuffs for how many fucking hours now, man? It's just ridiculous, right? So, they just basically do the same thing with me there. They fucking put me in 4 points, and I'm miserable. I remember I fucking, you know, I gotta pee. Well, fucking pee, you know, like, so, you know, that's pretty much what you end up having to do is pee on yourself in a fucking bed with fucking 4 points on, you know, like, they didn't know what to do with an individual like me that was, you know, getting high and fucking just couldn't pull out of that high. And it wasn't good, man. Like, there's so much more to the story, but I just wanted to express some of the reasons why, you know, I no longer get high. Besides the kidney failure. I made things a mess, man, you know, and some of you guys are out there causing problems for your families as well, or you have in the past, you know, maybe you can relate to the story of being everybody fucking just down on you all the time, you know what I mean? Like, because I was fucking up all the time, so, I mean, what else were they to do with me? And, you know, fortunately, I ended up going to county jail eventually, you know, throughout this that little high, and staying there for, you know, 30 days. That was my rehab. You know, the judge would get tired of seeing me there. Just shit wasn't cool, man, you know? And thank you, God, I don't have to live like that today. It sounds funny and this and that, but let me tell you, it was not funny at the time. And I just thought I'd share a little story with you guys as to one of my get high incidents, you know, and that's why, you know, I fill my brain with just for today, you know, back to the basics, you know, like, codependency shit. Like, I work a program now on a regular basis, and I'm still probably a hot mess to some people, you know? I know this, I'm sure a whole lot better off than I was, you know? I'm very fortunate, I'm still alive. I'm very fortunate to be able to understand people that are under the influence and understand that they're trying to fill a hole with those, you know, that whatever. I get it, you know, and that's why I do the things I do now. I don't know, I just wanted to share a funny little incident to me. It sounds funny now, but let me tell you, at the time, it wasn't fucking funny at all, you know, and that's just a couple of days inside of the life of the fucking Shermanator, the badge man, fucking whatever you want to call me, you know, like, that was just part of the deal. You know, so if you're still on that path, know that you're fucking causing chaos everywhere you go, and your loved ones don't know what to do with you. The police don't know what to do with you, and you'll find yourself in some fucked up positions, man. You know, I'm fortunate enough to be working on being a productive member of society today. You know, I hold down a job. I go in tomorrow morning. I'm doing sound at Bank of California Stadium, and you know, like, I'm so undeserving of all the shit that I have in my life today because of all the things that I've done, and I hold myself accountable to that shit, you know. I don't know, just sharing a story with you guys tonight. That's it. Nothing, no inspirational stuff. Just wanted to spend a minute with you guys, let you know I've been there, done that several times. So with that said, I hope you enjoyed this little moment together, and I'm gonna be touching bases with you guys, telling you some tales of my life, and letting you see where I'm at today, man. It's all testimony, basically. Hope you enjoyed it. Some people want it to happen, some people need it to happen, but heavy hitters make it happen. Nothing but love and respect. Shout out to the tribe.